I've tested dozens of soundbars, and these 5 completely destroyed full home theater setups in small rooms. If you think soundbars can't compete with big speaker systems, think again. One of these even made me pack up my old AV receiver. Stay till the end. My number 1 pick is a shocking underdog that outperforms systems triple its price. 1. JBL Bar 1300X, the compact monster with true wireless rear speakers. If there's one soundbar that feels like cheating the laws of physics, it's the JBL Bar 1300X. This thing isn't just a soundbar. It's a full-blown 1.4 Dolby Atmos experience in disguise, and it's built to dominate tight spaces. Let's talk power. 1,170 watts of total system output. That's not a typo. And unlike many virtual Atmos systems that try to bounce sound off walls and hope for the best, the 1300X includes actual detachable wireless surround speakers. You get real rear audio, real spatial precision, without running wires across your floor. It's up-firing height drivers, laser accurate. You feel helicopters swirl above you. Its detachable rears have their own up-firing drivers too, creating vertical sound even from behind. Something even some $3,000 receivers can't recreate without ceiling speakers. And it doesn't stop at movies. The 1300X is an all-out music beast. Thanks to its pure voice dialogue enhancement, heavy-hitting 12-inch sub, and integrated Wi-Fi streaming via AirPlay 2, Chromecast, and Alexa Multiroom, this soundbar is a complete ecosystem. And the magic? It sounds absolutely monstrous even when you don't have the rears attached. That's the secret sauce. Small room? Tight furniture space? You still get jaw-dropping Atmos in front mode only. Plug those rears in for movie night, and it's game over. Compared to a home theater receiver setup with 7 speakers and a spaghetti pile of wires, the JBL 1300X is a plug-and-play wrecking ball. No calibration headaches. No AVR learning curve. Just pure immersion. In small rooms, this system wins in every direction: performance, simplicity, and raw Atmos firepower. 2. Sony HT-A7000, the audiophile's dream for clean Atmos in tight spaces. Now let's flip the script. While JBL flexes brute force, Sony's HT-A7000 brings finesse, like a surgeon cutting through silence with clinical precision. This bar is all about surgical sound imaging, powerful bass, and rich clarity that makes you forget you're not in a theater. With 7.1.2 channels built into a single bar, dual subwoofers, beam tweeters, and 5 front-facing speakers, the A7000 masterfully creates an enveloping sound field that thrives in rooms with 4 walls and a ceiling. It reads your environment like a hawk and adapts the sound field using Sony's sound field optimization. But here's where it really destroys traditional home theaters. No speaker placement drama. You don't have to angle rear surrounds, tweak crossover settings, or read a 100-page receiver manual. The HT-A7000 gives you wide soundstage, height precision, and spatial layering, all from a single soundbar with optional modular upgrades. Yes, you can add Sony's SA, RS5 wireless rears and SW5 sub if you want the full rig. But you don't have to. That's the point. In small rooms, just the bar itself sounds better than many full setups with poor speaker placement. Dialogue is razor sharp, music is rich with vertical imaging, and Dolby Atmos movies genuinely come alive. Add 8K pass-through, eARC support, and 360 reality audio, and this becomes more than a soundbar. It becomes a reference piece for minimalist, modern home cinema. This is Sony showing off. And it works beautifully in tight, echo-prone, oddly shaped rooms where traditional systems fall flat. 3. Samsung Q800D, AI-driven powerhouse built for real-world living rooms. Next up, Samsung brings the thunder. Not just with volume, but with AI intelligence that adapts to your room and your content. The Q800D is Samsung's most balanced Atmos system yet, merging raw acoustic engineering with deep smart processing. With 5.1.2 channels, a beefy subwoofer, and Samsung's proprietary Q Symphony 3.0, this bar harmonizes perfectly with Samsung TVs, creating a full-stage experience that feels wider than your room. But the killer feature? SpaceFit Sound Pro. This tech actively scans your room's dimensions and acoustic traits in real time. That means if you live in a small apartment with reflective walls or a studio with tight corners, the Q800D automatically tailors its frequency curve and phase alignment. You don't have to lift a finger. And it works. Whether you're watching whispered dialogue, explosive battle scenes, or a quiet jazz session, it knows exactly how to shape the sound. There's an organic smoothness to the Q800D that traditional AV setups struggle to match without professional calibration. Its Dolby Atmos implementation, with upward-firing drivers, is strong. Not as wide as the JBL 1300X, but cleaner and tighter than many larger theater setups. Its adaptive sound mode ensures everything from YouTube to Netflix sounds optimized without fiddling. In small rooms with mixed use, gaming, streaming, movies, music, the Q800D thrives. It's fast, intelligent, and modern. And you'll never touch a crossover menu in your life. 4. Sennheiser Ambeo Plus, pure engineering for spatial magic in minimal space. Now let's talk about a soundbar that doesn't even pretend to be traditional, the Sennheiser Ambeo Plus. This bar is for the listener who's obsessed with spatial clarity, micro-detail, and surgical 3D imaging, and wants to get all that in a clean, low-profile unit that looks like sculpture and sounds like science fiction. Where most bars aim for surround imitation through brute force, the Ambeo Plus dives deep into psychoacoustic modeling. It uses Ambeo virtualization tech, calibrated in Sennheiser's world-renowned acoustic labs, to deliver 7.1.4 virtual surround without needing a single rear speaker. The result: you sit in a small square room and hear sound from behind you, above you, and around you, even though the source is sitting under your TV. What sets the Ambeo Plus apart is not just the virtualization, it's the realism. Explosions don't just happen, they bloom. Rain falls above you, not just from the ceiling. Voices echo with proper decay. And despite its relatively minimalist build, it hits hard, especially when paired with the Ambeo Sub, which delivers one of the deepest, cleanest low-end performances in the industry. It also auto-calibrates using internal microphones, adjusting precisely to your room shape and surfaces. No manual tuning, no learning curve. You plug it in, hit play, and let Sennheiser's AI make your living room feel like a post-production stage. Yes, the price is premium, over $1,200 without sub, but that's the trade-off. In small rooms where speaker placement is tricky or impossible, the Ambeo Plus gives you dimensional sound that's far more natural and immersive than many 5-speaker systems with bad acoustics. This isn't just a soundbar. It's a simulation engine that turns any room into a controlled acoustic arena. And in tight spaces, it's mind-blowingly effective. 5. LG S95TR, the most underrated flagship soundbar of 2025. Don't sleep on LG this year, especially not their flagship S95TR soundbar. While everyone talks about Sony, JBL, and Samsung, LG quietly released one of the most feature-packed, room-dominating Atmos bars we've ever tested, and it's designed specifically to thrive in small to medium rooms. What makes the S95TR so impressive is how complete it is out of the box. It's a full 9.1.5 channel setup. That's 9 channels from the front bar, 1 powerful wireless subwoofer, and 5 channels from the rear speakers, including up-firing and side-firing units in the rears themselves. That's practically unheard of. This means when you're watching a Dolby Atmos movie in a small room, the sound doesn't just hit you from the front and bounce around. It's coming from every angle, with dedicated hardware delivering discrete vertical and horizontal placement. You actually hear height transitions, footsteps on stairs, helicopters rising, without digital tricks. It's real. Even better, the LG S95TR uses AI Room Calibration Pro, which measures your space and shapes the output accordingly. Dialogue is pushed forward without becoming harsh. Bass is tightened to avoid booming in corners. The result? A system that sounds professional, not exaggerated. Gamers also get love here, with VRR ALLM, 4K pass-through, and low-latency HDMI 2.1 for modern consoles. Add WoW Orchestra Mode, LG's version of Q-Symphony, and it syncs with LG TVs for an even wider soundstage. For under $1,500, you're getting a calibrated, full Atmos sound system without touching a receiver or dragging in 7 speakers. If you've got a small living room, maybe an open studio, or even a home office with big sound ambitions, the LG S95TR brings a huge cinematic sound without dominating your layout. It's plug, play, and get blown away. Final verdict: which soundbar actually destroys a home theater in a small room? Here's the truth. In 2025, the line between a traditional AV receiver setup and a high-end soundbar is almost gone. A especially in small rooms, where the physical limitations of space make wired multi-speaker systems difficult, messy, and often underwhelming without precise calibration. So which soundbar should you choose? If you want the most complete wireless Atmos experience, with real rears, real height, and no compromises, go for the JBL Bar 1300X. It's pure plug-and-play firepower. For the audiophile who values natural sound and spatial depth, even without rear speakers, Sony HT-A7000 is the king of clean sound engineering, especially in symmetrical, closed-off rooms. Samsung's HW-Q800D is the smartest and most adaptive for everyday users. It works hard behind the scenes, scanning your space and adjusting itself to give you consistent performance, no matter what you watch or where you sit. Sennheiser's Ambeo Plus? It's a surgical strike. For tight rooms with great acoustics, it produces eerily realistic Atmos without any rear speakers. But it's a premium, minimalist tool, not a bass monster. And for those who want everything, rears, sub, calibration, power, HDMI 2.1, and value, LG's S95TR may be the most underrated full home theater replacement you can buy right now. Bring it home. So there you have it. These aren't just soundbars, they're the death of traditional home theater setups in small rooms. Compact, powerful, adaptive, and cleaner than any tangled AVR mess. They prove you can have cinema-quality sound without taking over your living space. Which one would you pick? Drop your favorite below. And don't forget to subscribe for more brutally honest AV reviews that cut through the hype. Your room is small. Your sound doesn't have to be.